Alright, so today we're going to be talking about this streamer that I've been hearing about over the last couple of weeks or so, and everything I know about this streamer that I'm going to soon tell you about is against my own will. And the streamer I'm talking about is Vaush, and this man has to be one of the most freakiest, weirdest, degenerate streamers I have heard about in a long time. So while Vaush was streaming on Twitch, he accidentally opened a file that had some pretty questionable content in the files, and he's pretty much getting called out for all of this degenerate stuff.
You can see this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to. What?
So if you're wondering what was inside the folder he opened, it was pretty much some lollies with some horse action, if you know what I'm trying to say. Very mature content. I hope that gives you enough information. If you're wondering what lollies are, they're pretty much anime characters who look incredibly young and childlike but are actually like 10,000 years old, and it's pretty weird if you're into that. Like, I'm just gonna straight up say it. And so after all of this, some people decided to do some background check on Vaush, get some older clips about him, and the clips are pretty damn weird. Like, what he is saying is genuinely degenerate and freaky. Like, I'm telling you, bro, the FBI, CIA, Homeland Defense, Department of Justice needs to investigate this guy.
People who pretend there's no relationship whatsoever between like drawn lolly shit and actual attraction to children. Of course there's a relationship between those things. Ridiculous to pretend otherwise. So they need to be aware of it.
This is very ironic coming from him because he's recently just leaked his degenerate folder, which had some pretty weird stuff like lollies, and I already told you what they are. And the clip you just watched, Vaush pretty much says if you like lollies, you might be interested in some EDP stuff. So I'm just gonna take what he says and say that Vaush is into some EDP shit.
Anything.
Are you saying that based on common sense, or is there any evidence of that?
I think it's categorical. I think that the fetishization of youth, to the extent that you're fetishizing the bodies or mentalities of underage people, is categorically harmful.
So I'm not sure if you guys will understand what I'm saying, but I feel like this guy, Vaush, is kind of speaking from experience. I don't know why, but like the universe itself is kind of telling me, yeah, he knows what he's talking about. And spoiler alert, he kind of does, because this man leaked his lolly folder, which I don't think I said this, but there was also some horse. So this man is not only into some EDP shit, but he's also into animals. This man is a straight up freak.
Because even if somehow, and I don't know if there's any research indicating this, even if somehow you could find that there was zero correlation between any criminal behavior there at all, and you know, the widespread consumption of hentai, lolicon, whatever, you know, I still think that it normalizes quite negative.
This clip has aged like fine wine because this man just exposed himself, or is kind of talking about himself right now, because he actively has a folder full of lolly content, and I already told you what it is. But also it gets worse because this man has animals included with those lolly content, which is, in my opinion, 100 times worse.
Stroking as hard and fast as we can, and then after we nut, we go back, look over our history chat, and we go like, oh jeez, oh boy, some of these girls looked pretty young. Okay, I don't give a fuck. All right, that don't care.
So I'm not sure what to say, because throughout the video I've kind of said everything I think about this situation, but man, these clips are most definitely not helping his case at all. Like, he just happens to make these things worse and worse.
I still think that like zoophile porn, like drawn stuff, it should be 100% legal. In fact, and this is going to be a real hot take, I have yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of child pornography should be.
I don't think I need to say anything about this clip, because if you have a functioning brain cell, you should immediately realize what he's saying is weird, and not only just weird, but kind of fucking weird. Because this man just said that having CP shouldn't be illegal, and if you have a functioning brain cell, you would know it is most definitely illegal, and if you have it, you should be locked up in prison.
Be illegal. Consuming child porn be legal? I think that that would be, yes, more legal and more ethically consistent. Yes, 100%.
It is possible for an adult and a child to have a sexual relationship and for it to have positive outcomes on the child as well. That is possible.
You are a straight up freak who should be locked up and put in a box, bro, because what you're saying is disgusting. How do you genuinely think like this, bro? I'm concerned for you now.
$5. So would you say that people who purchase child porn are just as bad as the people who sell it? Or no? No, not even slightly. I don't think that you should morally impugn anyone who purchases child porn for the same reason.
It's actually crazy to me how he's a political streamer and how all of these political streamers think they're super intelligent and smart and say some weird shit like this. If you're buying CP, you are attractive to children and you are fucking weird. End of the story, end of the discussion. You need to be locked up and annihilated from the universe if you're doing or consuming content like that. You are a freak and like an abomination, bro. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. If you guys enjoyed this video, a like and subscribe would be absolutely amazing. One last note before the video ends: this Vaush guy is a straight up freak and a weirdo and a degenerate. I feel like he needs to be locked up and he needs to be thrown in the Mariana Trench so it will never be recovered ever again. Peace out.